Hello everyone, and thanks for all the support with my videos. I'm very appreciative. Today I want to speak about the response to the riots and protests that have taken place across England and in the north of Ireland over the past number of weeks. And we've seen the political establishment's response here in Ireland too to these protests and riots. So, unsurprisingly, it's been a clampdown on people's rights. The political establishment and political policies that create the chaos, create the crisis, they come up with a solution. The solution is to erode people's rights and start criminalising people for giving their point of view. We've seen this happen across England in the last number of weeks, and in particular in the last week, where we've seen human rights of ordinary people being eroded, people being criminalised for turning up at a protest, people for criminalised for sharing videos online, and it shows you that we're moving towards an Orwellian state. Huge amount of power is being centralised more and more. We saw that with Starmer's government across Britain. We've also seen it here in Ireland too, with the Irish political establishment pushing ahead with the hate speech bill and with more restrictions on social media, trying to tackle social media for the so-called disinformation and misinformation. And coincidentally, most of this disinformation and misinformation comes from the political establishment, and in particular RTE. When you consider the state propagandists recently have been given a package of up to €725 million over the next 3 years to keep pushing out the same state propaganda that we've been used to over the last number of years, that's sided with the government on all their big policy issues that have created chaos in our society, such as immigration, housing, the health service, and basic issues that impact the lives of ordinary people day to day. Of course, by creating this chaos, it infuses fear into society and anxiety amongst people. Many people are fearful to go out into city centres, for instance, and spend their time socialising because of the attacks, because of the chaos. And who benefits from this? The globalist bosses that the Irish political establishment represents, much the same Starmer's government represents. More and more people are being driven into poverty, homelessness, basic issues with the cost of living disaster that are impacting ordinary people. But yet, the avenue of this is to clamp down on people's rights. So you have it. They create the problem and they come up with the solution rather than putting and serving the needs of ordinary people across Ireland. And we can see that happening day to day, for instance, in Irish society. We can see it happen across England and in the north of Ireland as well. So we need to bring democracy back to our communities, back to our towns, back to our villages, back to our cities, where people have a say in what goes on in their daily lives. Because we're being ignored, we're being smeared, we're being cancelled, and now they're trying to clamp down on basic freedom of speech, which is a constitutional right here in Ireland as well. And again, it is really driving us towards 1984 with George Orwell in terms of thinking the thoughts that they approve of. Not create a society where people think critically and think for themselves and make up their own mind, and that's what democracy should be in terms of dissent, critique, and people to have a reasonable, rational debate and respect all points of view in those discussions and debates. But what's been happening in particular since the response of the chaos, unsurprisingly, is to erode and clamp down on people's rights. So deal with the symptom, not the problem. This is typical of the political establishments who are power hungry, control hungry, and serve the interests of the super rich and wealthy, who again have contempt for ordinary people, and in particular the working class is across Ireland and across the north of Ireland and across England, Scotland and Wales as well, across many parts of the world. So thanks for all the support with my videos. Please share them and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care. Slán.